She ain't looking at me, I don't think. Just staring off into space. Can she hear me right now? Hard to tell. She could be pretending. Sometimes I act like I can't hear nothing when really I was listening.
Oh, hey. We've already met.
BSA number?
Hi, I'm Sputnik 1's...
Mission accepted.
Oh, hey. We've already met before at the...
Hi, I'm Sputnik 1's...
Mission accepted.
Hi there. I am Mandy.
Здравствуйте. No, nothing.
Aloha! Welcome to...
Welcome to sail with us! Hello, I'm Lisa.
Hello. I think we have been acquainted. I'm responsible for your tea. Every night you fall asleep.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Burton. I'm certain we'll work well together.
Ask her about the free snacks.
Don't be rude. You know, boss, I've got a bit of a sweet tooth.
She ain't looking at me.
Stop talking. It's time for a checkup.
A gust of wind from the door.
Hey, Burton.
It's Burton! The Burton! Let's get it over quick!
The curtain has fallen.
Those aren't our skills glittering in your eyes, just in a material I've been working on. The world is changing minute by minute, and progress demands constant innovation, no matter how useless it seems. I bet you've never had this many teammates before.
I have all the essentials for writing poetry. You, me, and our opponent.
Experience.
Our minds are as one.
Knowledge.
Never alone and rarely outnumbered. Our minds are as one.
Sinawa.
Devour it all. En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más. En todos los momentos.
Never alone, our minds are as one.
Más allá del concepto, el camino a Tlon.
A truly villainous moment.
Idealismo, vuelos de fantasía en la acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
I haven't had a eureka moment like this in a...
Essaye donc de te cacher de nos yeux. That's gonna sound like... En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
A truly villainous moment.
Cosmología, en la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
Although we come from different lands, we share the same dream.
What's this? I've got to warn you, if you think we'll be satisfied with just a bit of progression, you've got another thing coming. We snakes are always greedy for the sunlight.
Finally! Thought you'd forgotten me.
Space. Is it really beyond our reach? We can still save this project. All we need to do is send the monitor into space to collect data as the storm arrives.
Into space? So you mean you want me to become an astronaut?
Are you ever going to tell her the real consequences of the storm?
If this works out, then I guarantee you'll arrive home safe and sound.
You really expect me to sign this application knowing it means you're all going to die?
Miss Hissabeth, I know this storm isn't just some regular natural disaster. It's not just an old building or some candy in a store that will be taken away. It's the place I grew up and all the people I love.
If we determine the storm will inevitably swallow up the stars, then wouldn't it all be pointless?
But if something were to happen, you would be the one to survive. I need you to keep our records.
We believe Voyager 1 will continue to explore the galaxy on and on, traveling into the depths of the universe, carrying with it humanity's spirit of exploration. It is likely to persist longer than life on Earth.
In our short lives, we come up with a lot of questions about the world.
And we have to find the answers for ourselves.
We get to choose what meaning we give to our lives.
How beautiful the stars are.
Take a deep breath and relax. This is my debut. I can't fail. Not now. I have to do this for Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov and everyone in the circus. I must make them proud. Mrs. Kozlov told me that I must guide the air through my body until it finds its balance. Left. Right. Good. Now, wave to the audience and say hello. Oh no. I can do this. I'm almost there.
Я могу справиться с этим. Сначала мне нужно...
There's no absolute direction up there. Up or down depends on the reference you choose.
I think she has the right to know what the storm really is. We will still need to cross the year 1999.
Alia, come home.
Kipparina. Vitals are stable. Biometrics returning to normal. I'd heard you'd already left. Never thought you'd be back so quickly. It's obvious you care about them. So I'm sure you know what to do when they wake up, Miss Pointer. She hasn't suffered any serious trauma. All that Miss Kipparina here needs is rest. but considering her condition, I recommend she stays here a few days longer for observation.
Thank you. What's the status of the others?
Miss Hissabeth is fine. She was awake earlier. For a few minutes anyway. She signed a donor card. Managed to get all her other siblings to sign it too. Not sure what we'd even do with them. That gentleman and that little salamander guy did the same thing when they woke up. Anyway, it's no cause for concern. I've seen my share of lunatics just like them. The real problem is determining treatment. There are so many details to pay attention to when dealing with these special patients. The dosage, their drug resistance. And I'm not a vet, you know? I had to seek out some professional consultation. No offense, but I'm glad you weren't part of this attempt. Otherwise, I might have had to face all of this by myself.
I may not have approved of their taking on this project, but I'm still on the team. If only the Foundation could devise regulations sufficient to control our staff's recklessness with their own lives.
Maybe they should consider controlling access to Pacrasma candy.
Ugh, forget that. Even I can't help exceeding the recommended dosage sometimes.
I'll be reporting to the headquarters of the rehab center next month. I'll let you know their average dosage by then. Anyway, I need to write up a visitor schedule. We have to make sure our patients get enough rest.
How's she doing? I just left the other ward and thought I might drop by.
Hello, Miss Winsong.
Her vitals have stabilized. We're monitoring her recovery, but the initial results are positive. We can't say precisely when she'll wake up, but it shouldn't take more than a week.
Good to hear. I'll be by to visit them from time to time, following the schedule, of course. Let me know if it's too much trouble.
You're welcome to drop by here anytime. The isolation room is soundproof, but do keep it down when you visit the other wards.
Of course. I'm just worried about them, you know. Besides, Vila and August have drowned me in letters asking about the project. More importantly, there's a bond between a teacher and her student.
I understand. I'll check in on the others. If you need any help, press that button to call me. By the way, Miss Pointer, Godspeed to you and your team. A bunch of lunatics working together to reach space. Pretty damn cool, I'd say.
Ditto.
Are you being serious? Do you think it's possible we could succeed?
Listen to yourself. We. Weren't you quitting the team? Your comment on Hissabeth's project. You said it was unrealistic. I don't think you really meant that. But even if you do, why not stay and give them a hand? Their latest ideas for the teleportation disc sound solid to me. This one failure shouldn't be enough to walk away. You've worked with Hissabeth long enough. I'm sure you'd already know if she's pursuing a fool's errand. So, what do you really think?
My thoughts are unimportant. All attempts to talk them out of it have failed. And what's worse, the more forcefully I attempt to dissuade them, the more determined they become.
All right, so lay it on me. Why are they doomed to fail?
I see no reason to expend any energy explaining it.
Whatever. I'll just have to make my own judgments on the matter.
Hissabeth is an excellent researcher. Sharp and decisive. On those merits alone, she's earned my trust. My analysis points to a dangerous level of uncertainty in this project. The price of failure, even optimistically, could be much worse than a few days in recovery. There could be more permanent injuries. They could even... My nature compels me to do whatever I can to reduce the danger to our staff. And I want to keep my friends alive. What does it matter if we make it into space and discover whether the storm affects the whole universe? Say that we determine this phenomenon only affects Earth, then what? We can't leave. We don't have the technology to fly off somewhere else. And if instead we determine the storm is indeed universal, and that it will inevitably swallow up the stars, well, then wouldn't it all be pointless? Either way, my calculations are clear. The answer is not worth our lives.
That's how you feel. I get it. So why not tell them?
I've been attempting to find the right time to say it.
Maybe so. Speaking of things to say, I've got some news, and I thought it was better you hear it from me. Laplace has decided to evacuate the spaceport. All staff on site are to be relocated before the end of the month.
Evacuated? Where to? There is critical equipment here that can't be moved in that time frame. Besides, this spaceport was part of our active partnership with the local government. We're moving to our real branch in Plesetsk, aren't we? The one on the edge of the Arctic Circle that's proven immune to the storm. This is our storm emergency plan.
You've got it. All Laplace employees are to spend a week in the care center after reporting to Plesetsk. The local staff will be put on paid vacation, as is usual. Hissabeth was also waiting for the right time. And I guess this is it. Sign this for her, will you? Don't worry, it's not a donor card.
You're asking me to sign this so that my teammates can stay here and die in the storm?
I'm not asking. I'm only delivering it to you. But they know what they're doing here. That's why I want to help.
I need some time. My analysis won't be objective right now.
Sure. Just don't keep your teammates waiting. Our time is short.
Not long ago, Voyager 2 successfully reached Uranus, marking the first ever exploration of this planet in human history. It conducted an examination of Uranus's ring system as planned. After a temporary orbital adjustment caused by its earlier visit to Titan, Voyager 1 continues its journey towards the edge of the solar system. Their future...
We already know where they're going and what they're gonna do. Why are you wasting time on old news? As I recall, we've even got a photo from Voyager 1 taken in 1990. It's stored somewhere in the Laplace archives.
That's correct. They even have the development reports from Seaton, and the work done on meteor burst communication tech. But none of the archives mention the whereabouts of the golden records, do they? So there's a chance we'll hear some new clue this time around, like, according to the sudden decrease in Voyager 1's mass, it's been speculated that the golden records were intercepted by an unknown entity.
Intercepted? You make it sound like it was stolen by aliens or space pirates.
A space pirate? I doubt they would have any interest in some ordinary records. Now why don't you get to the point? What's so urgent that you had to switch off the radio?
Oh, I'm making a video. I didn't want the sound drowning out the recording. Should be quiet enough now. Hissabeth, Laplace researcher. So why was I mad enough to join this project? Call it a matter of personal interest. Let me introduce myself in a little more detail, in case you're shocked when you get your first look at me.
Are we there yet? Rats, this is no way to travel. Let me just slither, please. We don't have a choice. We're stuck with this most unfortunate mode of transportation.
Introducing 2 of the 9 siblings of the Dubois family, always loudly at odds and proud of it. Thanks to the cold weather, the others still brumating, so they haven't yet tested my patience.
Welcome. Let me walk you to your office. Your ID card, please. My apologies.
My patience just run out. Thank you for showing me the way. Why don't we speed up a bit? This place feels as cold as a goddamn morgue. I can barely talk without shivering. When we get to the office, I'll warn them not to scare our colleagues for the 4th time.
Of course. We'll ensure the heat is kept on 24/7 inside your office. Laplace never neglects the little details. Here we are. Go ahead and knock on the door. Miss Pointer should be expecting you. By the way, since you mentioned the cold weather, do you need a thermostat for your lovely pets? We try our best to meet all of our researchers' needs.
Oh, we're all good. My coat works as a kind of thermoregulated insulator. It should be fine.
Understood. And please note that the spaceport here is just a part of our local research collaboration. Laplace's official branch in Plissets is actually further north, right on the edge of the Arctic Circle. It has a strict security policy, so you'll need to file an application before visiting. There's no guarantee it will be approved either. Welcome to the Plissets Cosmodrome. Goodbye, little Hissie.
You know what, too? I think the staff here are more accommodating than most types we meet.
Or are you just being more of a jerk than usual? Now stay out of trouble and don't call me by my number again. Just so you know, I'm perfectly willing to tie you up by the tails if I start hearing about any missing lab rats.
I knew I heard someone talking behind the door. Glad my ears don't need tuning. Please, come in. Are you the new researcher on this project?
You've got it. So, I take it you're one of my new colleagues? Two devices, 2 chairs, and 2 standard-issue desks. Is it just the 2 of us?
I expected you to be more rigorous as a fellow Laplace researcher. According to official records, we have a 3rd researcher on the team, an attaché from the local government. In theory, anyway. No one has ever seen or heard of them. It's just a name on the notice board. However, if you insist on ignoring our esteemed co-worker, who I mention out of deep respect for our local partners, then correct, it's just the 2 of us. So, what do you think of our setup? It's not so bad. At least we're in full control of our budget. Although I recommend setting those budget expectations low.
Cool. Everything's more or less as I expected. An undervalued project in extraordinary times. What kind of bizarre mind hatched up the idea of teleporting supplies directly into space?
Do you believe our goals are unrealistic?
Not at all. Only eclectic, let's say. And I've always been a fan of eclectic theories. They're often a stepping stone to true discovery. I'm certain that the combination of arcanum and science will one day make up the core of our civilization. We're not there yet, but...
It's only a matter of time. Perhaps this project will be the next leap forward. So far, the teleport disk we've developed is functional but unstable. It's a one-way ticket capable of travel only within a short distance. But if we can improve its range and stability, I calculate its value to society to be potentially earth-shaking.
Looks like we'll make for quite a team. But before that, we'll have to make sure our project isn't shut down before it can begin. Which means we need to cook up something worthwhile to put in our report.
To that end, I know you're an expert in aerospace materials. Are there any specific specimens you need? I'll do what I can to source them for you. Oh, but be quick. Our resource applications must be submitted today. The evaluation process and all other little details mean it will take some time to arrive.
Let me see. No, I don't have any particular needs for now. How do you feel about fish?
They're fine. As are those pets you've got dangling in your hair.
Cool. Looks like I've come to exactly the right place. No nosy layabouts around to moan about my hobbies. Speaking of those pets, they're not really pets. I remember mentioning them in my profile. You didn't read it, Whatever, so long as they can hold their own. Then you threw the file into the trash, am I right?
It wasn't quite so dramatic, but yes. I briefly scanned it for your field of expertise and experience. Nothing else mattered to me.
Still, you should get to know your new colleagues. I'm a Melusine. We have snakes for hair. So they're not pets, they're my siblings. Technically, you've got yourself a grand total of 9 new co-workers. Surprise!
That is certainly new information. It's unfortunate that Laplace doesn't pay out their sharpodontes by head.
Maybe I can convince them to go in for every 2 heads?
I wouldn't predict your chances to be high, but a larger food allowance seems appropriate, given your additional mouths to feed.
Mind requesting me a corner office? I need a lot of space for my fish tank. Pets and plants help me cool off.
Whatever you want, let's just finish the report as soon as possible. Then, we can apply for additional office space. 1 room for each of us. Deal?
Deal.
Nice working with you.
Everything from there on went smoothly and according to schedule. It was a genuine pleasure working with Pointer. Well, those first days at least.
Hissabeth, did you go to that ley lines lecture yesterday? I couldn't make it. I've been reviewing this data for the last 10 hours. The model is a mess. Something's off. I can't isolate the issue. It could be the system compiler, or the incantation. Or maybe we missed some characters when we transcoded it.
Oh, the lecture? Yeah, Winsong mentioned it when we met her at the canteen a few days ago. Hold on. This is Elen. She woke up just a while ago. Elen, meet Pointer. We couldn't all attend the lecture, but I asked someone to take Elen there to observe. Here are the notes.
I still haven't stopped being amazed by your siblings' telepathic connection. I wonder if there is an arcane skill that might approximate the same effect. Imagine how much faster we'd be able to share information with it.
It's got its advantages. If you're willing to accept 8 different voices oscillating between a party and a brawl every day in your mind. Hope you don't mind. She's been a bit shy ever since we were little.
That won't be a problem. I'll get it back to you in a few days. I just want to check if the study of ley lines can help with our aeroshell's force analysis.
Is that all? You could have left a message. No need to go out of your way.
Well, and I needed someone to unload a bit on. It's been months since I submitted our resupply application, and there doesn't appear to be any progress. This slow starvation for all of us is a waste of effort. They should just cut the cord and scrap all these projects they feel show no value in the short term.
Look at the silver lining. We're sure to get our new offices.
Office space, the one thing we have in abundance here. Anyway, how are things on your side? I'm free for the moment.
I'm progressing just fine. Take a look.
Excellent. Feel free to let me know if you require any help. You know, for all the time we've worked together, there are still many questions left unanswered between us. I'm curious. Why did you choose this project? There are many other teams pursuing the combination of arcanum and science. I think one of them is presently working on cleaning incantations and plant-related rituals. Why choose Plesetsk? Is it that you feel your expertise in material science will be of most benefit here? Or do you have a particular interest in the aerospace industry? Don't mistake my intentions. I'm happy you chose to join our little team. You've performed exceptionally well so far.
If I had to put a finger on it, I'd say it was curiosity. I really want to know where those golden records will end up. Remember what I told you about my parents? They were studying information technology at Laplace before the first storm struck. I can't wrap my head around that stuff. My whole life has been a constant stream of information. You wouldn't believe how distracting it is to have 8 voices in your brain, bothering you night and day. Still, all 9 of us enjoyed reading. Whenever we found a particularly compelling article, we'd divide it up and each focus on a different part. We'd always have a huge brainstorm after we finished. It was a lot of fun, actually. I miss those times. I still remember the day that meteor fell to Earth.
Nos derniers rapports indiquent que Voyager 1 a officiellement parcouru la plus grande distance dans notre système solaire, plus que toute autre sonde fabriquée par l'homme. Dépassant Pionnier 10 d'une distance d'environ 69 419 unités astronomiques.
I don't remember where I was or what I was doing, but I remember the broadcast was talking about Voyager 1. And that all 9 of us were staring at the twinkling dot on the screen.
Si la Lune se trouve à près de 400 000 km de nous, à quel point ce petit caillou était-il plus éloigné de la Terre lorsqu'il a commencé son voyage? Incroyable!
We never knew the stars above our heads could actually fall into our world. What was happening up there? For all our brainstorms, we never reached a solid conclusion. Where will Voyager 1 go? Who, if anyone, will find its golden records? When will the stars stop shining? Are there researchers out there just like us living on another planet, looking for the same answers? One little meteor brought us so many questions, and we could never leave a stone unturned.
I see. That's why you joined this project, despite its lack of immediate contributions to society.
Nonsense! Our work is critical to the future of aerospace engineering. We've got plenty of contributions to offer.
Was that an attempt to cheer me up? There's no need. I'm not easily discouraged. You've warmed up a bit.
Yeah, thanks to the 24/7 heating, and because I keep all of us well fed. Speaking of, I'm headed to town to find a restaurant. Care to join me? There's some decent food in Plesetsk now, thanks to the new policies. Do you want anything in particular?
Your call.
Back then, we never thought to ask why our supply application had been put on ice for so long. They're terminating the project?
I understand, ma'am, but you should know that our top priority after each storm is to restore the Foundation and the LSCC to full function as soon as possible. With our current shortages of resources and manpower, that means cutting all non-essential projects.
Non-essential? Then what is it that counts as essential? Who decided on our priority?
Calm down, Hissabeth. I understand that Mr. Ludwig did his best to keep as many projects running in Plessitz as he could. We couldn't have stayed here this long if it weren't for him. But he's only a branch leader. He doesn't get to make the top-level decisions.
They act as if all of their essential and valuable consumer technology just popped up out of nowhere. To think that aerospace engineering has less to contribute than their other projects? Math! They wouldn't even have vegetable packets in their instant noodles without us.
I'm sorry, but our decision is final. Please allow me to finish. As you can imagine, I have several other meetings lined up after this.
Sure. Please continue.
Madame Lucy has expressed that she is not in favor of this decision. To that end, she asked me to deliver a lifeline for your work here. As you know, our knowledge about the storm remains extremely limited. Madame Lucy believes we could better manage our circumstances if we could observe it in greater detail, particularly its extent. She's seeking volunteers from Plessitz for a project, one that aims to send a monitor into space in order to collect data as the storm arrives.
Hmm? What about the other projects? Where will the researchers be assigned if their projects have all been terminated?
Most will be reassigned to other teams. I'm afraid there isn't much manpower to spare on our work here. That's the deal. If you want to stay on this project, then this mission must become your full focus. On the bright side, you'll have full access to all the resources left in Plessitz. I believe you two to be the most talented researchers in Plessitz, and I know you want to achieve something with your work here. Still, I think I should caution you against accepting this task. Sure, if you pull this off, you'd become a legend throughout our organization. But there's only so much value in fame and admiration.
And what would happen if we were to fail?
I'm afraid your best hope would be instant death, and it may be much worse than that. No one knows for certain what the storm can do after all. I'm not sure this is worth your lives. Alright, that's all. I just need you to confirm that you've been informed. You'll have 24 hours to respond to our request.
Hissabeth, I know you're a big supporter of Madame Lucy, but I'm sure you agree this mission is a statistical death sentence. If you're struggling for a way to say no, I'll come up with it.
Sorry, what? Never mind. I've got good news. I just talked to Winsong. She's got a solution to one of our major issues.
Wait. Don't tell me you want to volunteer.
Why shouldn't we? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
But have you even considered the risk we'd be taking? Like the liaison said,
we'll have all the equipment we need, with a project that's progressing smoothly, working towards an achievable goal for the common good. It is almost like the universe is within our grasp. All we must do is make our teleport disc work.
It's not that simple. We'd still need an astronaut capable of launching the monitor. Who could we find that would be capable of acclimatizing to a zero-gravity environment under high heat and pressure in such a short time?
That's the good news. Winsung already found us an ideal candidate, an acrobat. Here, I made a list of issues we'll need to tackle. Of course, that's only assuming you'll accept Madame Luce's mission too. I remember we talked about space exploration when I first arrived in Plassets. You said you wanted to know what's going on up there too. So tell me, what price are you willing to pay for that answer?
Breathe. Let the air find its balance within. Remember what Mr. Kozlov said. You must never be afraid of falling. I just have to imagine myself floating in space. That's right. I will not fall from the fire again.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our fabulous wire dancer, the youngest acrobat of the Utrinia Circus, Kiperina!
I bet you've never had this many teammates before.
Wow! So many things I haven't seen!
Never our minds
Oh, heed my prayer.
devour it all.
Be gone.
Never our minds are as one. How about you treat us all to some snacks?
Kiperina, star acrobat of the Utranyaya Circus. Why did I join this project? Well, I guess I'm trying to help in any way I can, like I always do. The circus is a lot like outer space. It is a performance that exists within an almost weightless world of imagination. Close to reality, but at the same time, unreachable. I've come to love the life that Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov provided for us there, and I never thought it might end. Here I am, Ringmaster. How can I help you?
Oh, Alia. No need to be so formal outside of work. Anyways, how is it you're feeling today? I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Take time for a little rest. Old Kozlov can manage things from here.
Please, it was just a thoughtless accident, and I won't let it happen again, I promise. I fully recovered. I know you're worried about me, but just ask anyone and you'll know I'm not lying. Even Mrs. Kozlov agreed. See, I can even put on my fireworks show again.
More beautiful than ever. It seems you've mastered the techniques that Miss Winsong taught you. There's no doubt our Alia has a budding talent for these ley line things.
Please don't start that again. I already told Miss Winsong that I had no plans to leave the circus.
I know. Such a loyal star you are. Oh, but there's something I should tell you. We're going to hold a show up near Mirny. They say the night sky is beautiful that far north. Perhaps you might even see the aurora.
All of a sudden? But it's so far from here. Are we in trouble?
No, everything's fine. It's just Actually, Alia, Miss Winsong called me. A friend of hers would like to meet you in Mirny. They work for an organization called Laplace. I made inquiries at the arcane market. They have a good reputation. Someone even told me that they were related to the St. Pavlov Foundation, that big organization that recruits all kinds of arcanists. We are old, Alia, but your life has just begun. If you were to join Laplace or the Foundation, you'd live a much better life than any you could have in our little circus.
Do you want me to leave?
No, Alia. We just want to let you have another try. There may be some training involved, but we will not force you to stay. You can quit anytime you like. Natalia and I, we hope you will have a safe and happy life. After that last time when you fell from the wire, we just can't bear to.
Then I'll go, Mr. Kozlov, if that's what you want for me.
We don't want you to leave, Alia, but this is an opportunity for you to live in comfort and safety. You're just 15. We don't want you to have to learn what it feels like to scrounge for food in the freezing wild. Let's just give it a try. What do you say? You will always be welcome to come back to the Utranyaya when you want. We will never turn you away from your home.
I've always known that.
Miss Winsong gave you her card, remember?
I forgot where I put it. I figured they wouldn't ever find a need for a living light bulb.
Alia.
So, then have you already planned her out, Mr. Kozlov? Are we traveling over land? When do we set off? And what are we taking with us? What's the weather like in Mirny? Should I pack some warmer clothes? Oh, it's been a while since the last time we restocked the medical kit. I'll check it later. We need to prepare for the animals' transportation.
Of course. It's all in hand already. Our Alia, always such a self-starter. Laplace sets a very high standard for its staff. Auralia could only have been chosen if she were very special. Just see how she pays attention to each little detail.
Beansong, ley line scholar. I still don't get it. What even is the study of ley lines? Is it like arcanist engineering? Or math? I've never seen or heard of anything like it. If I start to study these ley lines, does that mean I'll have to leave Utranyaya forever? That I won't be with Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov in the circus anymore?
Купол нашего цирка был украшен миссис Козловой. Она хотела, чтобы он отражал красоту звезд и невесомость космоса. Какой прекрасный вид! Смогу ли я когда-нибудь увидеть его снова, если уйду отсюда? Мне стоит встретиться с этими людьми из Лапласа. Если я это сделаю, как хочет моя семья, тогда мы все сможем жить лучше. Верно? Одна звезда, две звезды. Большая медведица. Это большая медведица и малая. Мирный. Не думаю, что мы когда-либо были там раньше. Кажется, что я уже знаю, как выглядят звезды оттуда. Как странно. Интересно, если звезды когда-нибудь исчезнут с неба, исчезнут ли они все в один день? А на что похожи их мечты?
Over there! Keep up! What the hell is that?
Damn! Is that a bear? But it's so fast!
How did it get in here? I've never heard of any kind of critter around here that can pass through walls like that.
I got it! Over here! Help! Quickly!
And it was by choosing Jay that they began their path towards victory.
Never know. Our minds are as one.
Last in the summer for everyone.
Let me.
need to disagree. Never our minds are as one. Devour it all. Let's make this something a bit more useful.
Yes. Great.
Успешно отремонтировал свою платформу для получения снимков и продолжит исследование урана в соответствии с первоначально запланированным планом. Войдер 1 продолжает свое путешествие к краю Солнечной системы и за ее пределы. Согласно нашим прогнозам, он пройдет мимо Проксима Центавра примерно через 11 часов.
The same strange dream again. It's gotten more and more detailed since we arrived in Mirny. I need something to distract myself. Miss Vinsong and Mr. Kozlov made an appointment to meet next week. Until then, I should continue to prepare for a show. Utranyaya is making its debut in Mirny tonight. It's a new beginning. I just need to cheer up and do my best. I guess it's also my debut in Mirny, and first impressions are everything. Maybe Mr. and Mrs. Kozlov will change their minds if I can win over the audience.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our fabulous wire dancer, the youngest acrobat of the Utrenia Circus, Hipperina!
Will they let me stay if I keep giving perfect performances like this? Should I move forward or back? Don't stand still too long. They all want you to move on. They all want to see how far you'll go.
Natalia and I were a little worried for you back there, but it seems our worrying was for nothing. The show was even better than we hoped. You did such a good job, Alia. The audience was thrilled. I knew we came to the right place. I'll ask Natalia to prepare us a proper banquet tonight. Something to reward our darling Alia and celebrate your new job at Laplace.
We still don't know about that yet, but I'll try my best.
I know you can do anything once you make up your mind to do it. And now, I must go discuss tonight's food with Natalia.
Hmm? Perhaps she's taking a break, or waiting for someone. Hello?
Мы верим, что Voyager 1 будет продолжать исследовать галактику дальше и дальше. Путешествие в глубины Вселенной, несущие с собой стремление человечества к исследованиям, вероятно, продлится дольше, чем жизнь на Земле.
What will the weather be like tomorrow? Maybe we can take a longer walk if it's sunny. You haven't seen the diamond mine here in Milne, have you? Is anything coming back to you? I asked some people around about you, but no one had any clue. Don't worry. Most of us in the circus were adopted by Mr. Kozlov, so he won't mind if you stay with us. He always gives a hand to those in need. And I'm going to meet an extraordinary lady tomorrow. She knows a lot. Maybe she will know who you are. Huh? Hey, look at this. It's my arcane skill. It's not very useful, I know, but don't you think it's pretty? People say it looks like the stars. I could do it again if you like. Let's try something. Can you spell your name? journey. Traveler? Sounds like you just picked these words up from the radio. Did you go on a long journey to reach Mirny? How was it that Mr. Kozlov decided on our stage names? Give me a second. Long journey. We could call that a voyage. That would make you, who traveled a long journey, a voyager.
Keperina. Voyager.
Now that you have a stage name, you are now an official member of the Utrinaya Circus.
Alia, where's that girl? The one who was staring at the animals before? I brought a bunny around for her. I suppose I'll be looking after her now, because you're meeting those Laplace people tomorrow, right? You need a rest, Alia. Now do as Mama Kozlov says. Go have a nice meal at the restaurant in town and then straight to bed early.
Mrs. Kozlov, I don't need to.
Hush, just go. I didn't cook anything for you tonight. We've already paid the restaurant.
I'm not just a little kid that you need to take care of. Fine, I'll go, and after that I will train for another hour. Yes, that's for the best.
That's all, thanks. Sorry, it sometimes takes us a while to decide on an order. So, you were saying, you found a strange girl here in Mirny, and then? Hold on, that special device you're holding, did you get it from Winsong?
Yes. Before I came to Mirny, I fell from the wire during the show, and Miss Winsong happened to be there. I don't remember the details, but she said my arcane skill was able to protect me. She helped me draw out the aura from around my body and analyzed how it worked, though I didn't understand that part at all. But the name of her theory is still clear in my mind: the study of ley lines. She gave me this device before she left. She said it would make it easier to control my arcane skill. Mr. Kozlov wants me to give it a try again, so I've decided to go see her tomorrow.
Cool. She's a great researcher. The study of ley lines is still highly theoretical. But as we say at Laplace, theory often lays the foundation for practice. If you do decide to join us, I'd be happy to write a reference letter for you.
You're a Laplace researcher?
You didn't already guess? My colleagues often say I dress, like a mad scientist.
I guess it's that. I never thought I would meet a scientist eating at a little restaurant like this.
Oh, please. I'm sure you're aware that scientists are living things too. We need to eat just like everyone else. Looks like you meant it when you said you're good with animals.
I spend a lot of time with them at the circus. I even helped raise one of our bear cubs.
You know, you haven't answered my question yet. Why do you choose to be an acrobat? Don't you find it scary to walk on a wire all the way up in the air? I suppose it is a really cool job, though.
Well, it is cool, I have to admit. But what I really like about being up on the wire is that when you look down, you get to see a view that no one else gets to in their daily life. When I stand on the wire, the audience below look just like stars, and it feels like I'm floating in space with them. Isn't that great? In that moment, I stop worrying about my performance and forget all expectations. I can just be in the moment, shining like a star.
Oh, intriguing. You know, in a way I came all the way out here because I had the same thought. I want to work with the smartest minds in the world, whether humans or arcanists. They're also like the stars in a lot of ways, each one bound to go down in history. And I'm trying to find out what really exists beyond the limits of the sky.
Do all your siblings share the same feeling? They're such neat little snakes. Oh, it looks like they have fallen asleep.
We've always been on the same page when it comes to these things. Your arcane skill is exactly as I expected. It captures photons from the aurora and stores them as latent energy. Then when it's deployed, it appears to form a kind of prismatic plasma barrier.
What?
I'll explain next time. It's complicated. It could take hours to get it into your head. Still, it is most obvious to me that you're exactly the person we want for this opportunity. What do you say? Will you give it a try?
Huh?
An opportunity to reach the stars.
You mean you're the colleague Miss Vinsong mentioned? The one who invited me to Minnie? I should have known. Was this a test? I thought you were a friend I could talk to.
A friend? Superb. That's the best compliment I've received in months. Relax, this wasn't a test at all. We just happened to share the same taste in food. But I do hope you'll consider our offer seriously, in the spirit of the good time we had together.
Are you serious though? You really mean you want me to become an astronaut?
Exactly. Don't rush to a decision. We can wait till tomorrow. In fact, the materials I've been expecting should arrive tomorrow as well. Maybe the delivery guy will bring you a small gift along the way.
You don't have to. Sorry, I didn't prepare any gifts.
Don't be silly. It's just a friendly gesture. I believe you come from the same region, so I'll bet you two will get along quite famously. And he has an interesting nickname too. It was, oh, right. Name day.
Number 136 from near the Colima Mountains. Tells the tale of the Polar Star icebreaker. The crew suffered some kind of mass hysteria. The same thing happened later in the Kola Peninsula. Our destination is close to the Arctic Circle. With any luck, we should get a great view of the aurora. Name day. Investigator for St. Pavlov Foundation, currently serving for Far East Branch. Why did I join this project? Well, it is a job, and I like to do as I am told. Neva River, Lake Ladoga, Sphere River, then Lake Onega. It takes less time to travel by water. Maybe I can even buy a small gift along the way. What sort of specialties does Mirny have other than diamonds? Oh, maybe I can stop by Petrozabotsk on my way back. Looks like I'll have to walk the rest of the way after landing. Oh, Plesesk, a place of boundless snow and not much else. Trying to reach the stars in order to monitor the storm from space, huh? Sounds like a good gig, even if it does mean being stationed at the northernmost frozen tip of the world. Maybe it will go nowhere, but what would it be without a little pioneering spirit?
Ленинград находится как раз по другую сторону этого снежного поля. Я позволю этому метеориту указать мне путь.
The Foundation never gives me a break, which I guess makes me equal parts lucky and unlucky.
Mr. Nameday?
Yep. Hold on.
I heard you were leaving for the north on a new mission. Is that true?
Just for an errand. The Far East branch is short on staff right now, so I'm going all on my own. Miss Winsong should be on a field trip there. Is there anything you'd like me to give her?
Where is it? Is it north of Ryashki? Could I come visit there with Vila?
Well, so long as you finish all your classes and get good grades, I'm certain you'll be able to go anywhere with Miss Vila. As long as it is safe. But things could change. I can't promise anything. Except maybe a little souvenir when I get back. Now, August, do you have anything you want me to give Miss Winsong?
Yes, and Vila does too. I've written lots and lots of things. Comrade Winsong can read them when no one is there to tell her a bedtime story. And this, from my tallest and most spirited sunflower guards. You must not water them too much, and they should be placed somewhere under the sun.
I'd like this to be delivered to Miss Winsong. She said in the last letter that she had started to teach again, and it was more difficult than she remembered. I wrote a little bit about my own experience teaching. Hope it helps. And please, talk to her if you have any ideas. You're so good with kids. Nina, Piotr, and Pasono ask about you all the time, always wondering when you'll visit again.
I didn't ask. I know how busy you are, Mr. Raccoon, and so is Vila. Every day she's either painting something or talking to the white clothes.
With any luck, I'll be free for a while after this mission. I'll come back and do some magic for you kids. What do you say? Deal?
A good comrade must always keep his word.
Sounds like you've been doing well recently. The Foundation's textbook is an easy read, but I really hadn't expected just how effortlessly you'd be able to make your lesson plans.
Lesson plans are nothing compared to field missions. Just keep this in mind during your errand. Your safety is our first priority here.
Of course. But the good news is I'm quite familiar with this era. Anyway, I'll make sure Miss Winsong receives August seeds and your letter.
Thanks a lot. I don't want to make our goodbyes here too long-winded. Just take care, especially since you're going to be all on your own.
Well, I won't exactly be all on my own.
Hey, so any idea how far off this place is? I think we must be pretty close. I can almost see that unmistakable Laplace metal roof. I've actually got some business lined up here near me. Those diamonds of theirs are certain to fetch a tidy profit back in the East Branch.
I should have never let you out. Can we make a deal? You stay quiet, and I'll get you safely to our destination. Then you can say whatever you've got to say to whoever made the mistake of inviting you here. You know, you really like to talk. I'm beginning to understand why no one else would take this job.
Whoever heard of a merchant who doesn't like to talk? Admit it. You'd be burned to tears if I were not here.
Quiet.
Bandits in Arctic Circle? That's new.
Where is he? I saw someone coming this way.
We can't let him get any further. There's some kind of military base up ahead, and it's heavily guarded. Think how far we've gone. We can't go home empty-handed. That arcane item they've got is probably worth a few sharpadontes, don't you think?
Item? Hey, I'm a living, breathing creature.
You don't need to yell at me. Say it to them if you like.
What? Are you sure? Never mind. What should I do?
Anything. I just need you to draw their attention. I am not letting them anywhere near Plessetsk.
This way! I hear something! Keep up!
Dá姐，留下买路财。
Sabia.
I'll do whatever I can.
Now our minds are as one.
Don't worry. It's not going to hurt us.
For everyone.
A snowflake with sharp edges.
You'd better think twice. Never alone, and rare.
Whatever you say.
Devour it all.
It knows where to go. I'm glad our employee evaluations take combat results into consideration too. Everyone likes a victory. I'm no exception.
What we waiting for with that knife?
Oh, well, it's more of a collectible than a weapon. But I guess you understand now why they sent me to escort you instead of hiding you in the back of some truck, huh?
I didn't see a single truck heading for places called our origin here. By the way, was the knife thingy part of our kin skill? Why don't you just make a gun instead? Times have changed, friend. Blades are out of date. You should give yourself an upgrade and start blasting.
I'd probably be serving with Xeno if I was any good with guns. Have you ever heard of that legendary pilot from Xeno, the Baron Switch? If you were really important, then you would get a guard like that. All that being a noisy little salamander gets you is a guy that can turn trash into knives.
That's nearly the most useless arcane skill I've ever heard of. I say nearly, because it's still better than mine. So, I'm not in a position to criticize.
What does your arcane skill do?
That's it.
It's certainly something. Miss Winsong.
Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to Plisetsk. You arrived earlier than expected. Pointer and Hissabeth will be happy to know you got here safely. Oh, FYI, Pointer was the researcher who introduced me to Laplace. You might have met her before, in Rayashki. She's occupied with a few important visitors right now. We'll talk to her later. As for Hissabeth, you can meet her in person and save me the trouble of an introduction.
Our appointment was set for an hour from now. You're a bit early, sir.
There wasn't much work to do today. And Alia always has everything prepared ahead of anything important. It's nothing to worry about.
Please take a seat. Windsong and Hissabeth will join us later. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me.
Thank you, ma'am. Please call me Kiparina. I have something to ask you.
That's fine with me, Miss Kiparina. My name is Pointer. So, what would you like to know?
If I take the offer and complete all the required training, what will I get in return? Do you pay in rubli or something equivalent? And I'd also like to know if my family will receive my pay in case anything happens to me.
Madam Lucy invited us to host a late-night show for Laplace Radio. Are you? I've read. It is a be real. I've read it. It is a bit strange in the suitcase, but in a good way, I suppose.
You arrived earlier than expected. Pointer and Hissabeth will be happy to know you got here safely. Oh, FYI, Pointer was the researcher who introduced me to Laplace. You might have met her before, in Rayashki. She's occupied with a few important visitors right now. We'll talk to her later. As for Hissabeth, you can meet her in person and save me the trouble of an introduction.
Our appointment was set for an hour from now. You're a bit early, sir.
There wasn't much work to do today. And Alia always has everything prepared ahead of anything important. It's nothing to worry about.
Please take a seat. Windsong and Hissabeth will join us later. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me.
Thank you, ma'am. Please call me Kiparina. I have something to ask you.
That's fine with me, Miss Kiparina. My name is Pointer. So, what would you like to know?
If I take the offer and complete all the required training, what will I get in return? Do you pay in rubli or something equivalent? And I'd also like to know if my family will receive my pay in case anything happens to me.
Hello? Is anyone there? The materials you sent from the Far East branch have arrived safely. Everything you asked for on your list is there, but you should check it over as soon as possible. Hey, wake up. You're at work.
Winsong, back from the mine already? Are you going to throw a welcome party for our new colleagues?
The mine can wait, but I can't. Those materials are top priority.
Thanks. You might have heard of me. My name's Hissabeth. You've read our proposal, haven't you? It'd save me a lot of trouble if you had. I'll catch you up with Pointer as soon as she's available.
Name Day, Foundation Investigator for the Far East Branch. Mind if I ask you a question?
Go on, but this is an office, not an interrogation room.
Why did you ask me to smuggle in this runium?
What?
Don't get me wrong, I didn't report it. It's just... it's odd. You didn't ask for much, just a few pieces. It is a rare resource, I grant you, but I think you could have gotten this amount with no trouble by submitting an application. All you'd need to do is wait for a few weeks. Was it really worth the risk?
Yeah, because we don't have a few weeks to spare.
Saving every bit of time we can is vital. It is as precious as this bag of sunflower seeds from a distant land. You don't find them often in these parts. Here. I've already taken my share. Why not plant some of these in the office? It won't take too much effort. If you're lucky, you'll get to see them turn their heads towards the light bulbs.
Actually, Mr. Nameday, you're the perfect man for this job. You knew what you were smuggling, you had the perfect excuse to come here, and you were kind enough to help. It was quite the effort to track you down, you know? So, how did the trip go? Any trouble?
You bet there was. Though, I'm still not sure what those bandits were after. The runium, or a noisy arcane item.
There's a shortage of supplies everywhere nowadays. People take what they can, whether they need it or not. Even if they manage to take the cargo, it would probably just end up in another branch of the Foundation or Laplace. Anyway, you saved us a lot of time and resources.
Just bear in mind, this runium is not something that you can replace, even with Sharpa dummies.
Thanks, we'll use it sparingly. Please send my gratitude to Miss Villa. And one more thing. What would you say if I asked you to stay? Don't worry, I won't play the Windsong card. It's only a personal request. We could save a lot of time with our procedural work if we had a Foundation investigator on the team. And it could be a great opportunity to earn a reputation. Imagine the prestige if the project ends up a success.
Are you making any progress?
As much as we can, but we don't have a single Sharpadonti to our name, and this runium is the sum total of all the supplies we've received recently. They told us we could use all the resources left in Placids, but that amounts to jack all. Thankfully, we still have half a rocket, fuel, and a launch button. Still, to make up for the supply shortage, we need additional manpower. Oh, but there's some good news. We don't have to worry about finding our astronaut. We already have a perfect candidate.
We are in dire need of an astronaut. There isn't enough time for anyone to finish the full training course. No one would be able to acclimate to a zero-gravity environment in such a short time, not to mention the high pressure and heat. But you may be the exception, Miss Kipperina. Your arcane skill may allow us to work a miracle. So, if you take the offer, we'll provide you with a salary and try to get you a permanent position here at Laplace. Hissabeth is already working on it. She has a contact in the Foundation who can help with the procedures.
All right then. I have no more questions. But, just to be clear, I don't think my arcane skill is as useful as you believe. It only makes a little fireworks show.
She's being modest. You know how children are when they receive a compliment, but I tell you, she is more than willing to take your offer. Please give her an opportunity. You'll see how reliable she is. By the way, another little arcanist girl joined our circus recently. Do you think she could stay with you too?
That's not really how this works. Not everyone's arcane skill works in the same manner.
But she would keep Alia company. Please, madam, Alia is still just a child who plays with dolls.
Mr. Kozlov, stop! I haven't played with dolls in ages. I'm already grown up.
We'll take a look at what she can do. Would you be able to bring her here now?
Of course. I'll be right back.
All right. We're finally alone. Now, how about you tell me what you're actually thinking?
Our biggest issue remains unsolved, but I'm most certain we can resolve it. The entire project is a mixed bag right now, but I'd say more good than bad. If our little sleepyhead in that pod there can provide what we need, our situation should improve dramatically.
I was dreaming of cutting a tree on the moon. You'd better have a good reason to wake me up. I'm not your lackey. We made the deal, that's all. And I'm freaking tired after that trip.
Yeah, and about that deal, I need something from you, now. This little pod of yours, it's electrically insulated, heat-resistant, and highly durable against arcane energy. In short, the perfect aerospace material. All I need is to sand off a bit of material from it. Don't worry. Just think of it as dental work.
Wait, you haven't paid for that yet. A deal is a deal.
Here's your ID card. Just to be clear, this is only for an internship. You'll need to actually work to earn yourself a permanent one. And don't do anything stupid. I vouched for you, and now both our necks are on the line.
Ooh, it does look good on me. I knew I belong with Laplace. The engineers at the Foundation's 8th branch are way too competitive for my liking. So, what else you need? I brought some records about gunpowder-fueled flight and a few books on Eastern alchemy. Though, I'm not sure you'll be able to read any of them.
What does this mean?
Oh, that? You know, I got this part from the Panjiayuan antique market. It's not a genuine antique, but the craftsmanship is quite excellent. These characters here mean microwave safe. Funny enough, microwave ovens were not that popular when I got it. Speaking of Panjiayuan, you can't find a flea market as big or as fun anywhere else. If you're ever looking for antiques and collectibles, it should be your first stop. If you want to go take a look, I might just be nice for once and take you.
No thanks. Just making sure it doesn't mean danger explosive. I already learned that lesson from another escapade with an arcane invention. Alright, I've collected enough. You were so busy talking you didn't feel a thing, did you? Now back to our visitor in the checkered pattern uniform. Have you made a decision?
What are you going to do with the little astronaut when the project's over?
I'll submit her application to Laplace once she agrees to join us. It'd be great if you could help with her employment procedures.
I mean, when are you going to tell her the real consequences of the storm?
Same as always, as soon as she gets a permanent position with Laplace.
All right. Then I'll stay.
You mean you really want to stay with the circus?
I meant that I'm willing to do whatever you need, but I don't think I want to do this permanently. Since you say that you need my arcane skill for this project, I'm happy to help. Though I don't really know if I can.
I think you know why Mr. Kozlov brought you all this way. When was the last time you had a proper meal?
Well, we usually have stews. And sometimes Mr. Kozlov will find us some canned food if we're lucky.
And you still want to spend the rest of your life in that circus?
This is her, the girl I talked about. She doesn't speak much, but I feel that she has a good character. Don't be shy. You can sit next to Alia. What were you talking about? I hope our Alia didn't cause any trouble, madam.
Mr. Kozlov, will I ever have the chance to return to Utreniaya?